We are now on lecture 6. So let's take a look at the following. So if we are to consider the second order partial derivative, that means to say that we take the derivative of the derivative. At this time, because we already have two variables, then a little bit more different, but yung principle is the same actually. So here are the notations that we're going to make use of for higher order partial derivative. We have the following. The partial derivative of the function, meaning f of x, x. So, ikuha na daan ng partial derivative with respect to x. Then, if you take again the partial derivative of that one, it will now be the partial derivative with respect to x of the partial derivative of the function with respect to x. We'll have f of xx. Ani partial, ikuha sa daan ng partial derivative of the function with respect to x, then and whatever is the result, you get again the partial derivative with respect to x. So it's denoted by this second order partial derivative of the function with respect to x. And this means that in the case of a function of two variables, there will be a total of 4 possible second order derivatives. So 4 possible. Ano pang iba? Partial derivative of the function with respect to x. Then you take it again with respect to y. So, muna siya, partial derivative of the function with respect to x, and then take it again ang result with respect to y. So, that would be fxy. So, pag tanawon ninyo, kaning fxy, kaning nauna diri, may unaning notation, meaning to say, you take first, maunang first, kani mauna. Take first with respect to x and then with respect to y. Pero ang notation, pag ingon ani na gani, kani siyang inner, maning inner kaning nasa side nga diri. Na this right side. Pero dire kung ingon ani, ang mauna kay kaning nasa left side. Pero dire, this is the partial derivative of the function first with respect to x and then with respect to y. So, manan niyo aning notation ha kay masig malibog mo. Fx mauna kung sa yung tapad mo na. Pero pag dire mauna ang sa inner ang with respect to x. So, partial derivative of the function with respect to y and then with respect to x. So, with respect to y sa pagana. Kung sa closer, manang mauna. Pero pag ani gani, kung saan na sa sulod, mani ang y with respect to y first and then with respect to x. So, similarly, mo ng annotation. Kani is with respect to y first and then followed with respect to x. The last one is this, with respect to partial derivative of the function with respect to y, then we take again the partial derivative of the function with respect to y. So you will have fyy. So the second and the third are called your mixed partial derivatives, since you're taking the derivatives with respect to more than one variable. So if you are using your subscripting notation, yung sinabi ko kanina, no? Then pag ani gani, mauna from the left, mauna kani. Partial derivative of the function with respect to x sa, then pagkahuman with respect to y. Pero, so mauna, no? We differentiate first with respect to x and then with respect to y. Pero kung ang notation ani, kani siya, muna gihapon, with respect to x dapat na diri, with respect to y. So it is in the opposite with fractional notation. Find all the partial derivative, all the second order derivatives. Cosine of 2x minus x squared e with the 5y plus 3y squared. So, sa man ni, you have fx with respect to x, ha? Can you still hear me? Hello? Wala. Ano po, internet? Function pa. Kasi bago nag-story ako, wala na mo. So, you have, with respect to x, kani siya cosine. Yung sa mga derivative sa cosine, the CNS, the derivative of cosine is negative sign. But, tamang kay u, which is 2x ang yung u. Diba? Derivative of cosine is negative sine u du. So, derivative of 2x is 2. So you have negative 2 sine 2x. Then you have, with respect to x gihapon, so kani constant ang e to the 5y. So derivative ani kay negative 2x. And kani 3y squared constant siya kay with respect to x, so 0. On the other hand, sa fy na pod, partial derivative of the function with respect to y, kani siya 0 na ni kay constant man ni siya kay with respect to y man. So kani negative x squared e to the 5y and negative x squared kay constant, ang e to the 5y ang derivative sa e to the u kay e to the u du. So what's e to the 5y? Derivative of 5y is 5. Pero na may negative daan, so muna you have negative 5x squared e to the 5y. How about this? With respect to y, naman natin with respect to y, 3y squared. So sa derivative ani, 3 times 2, we have 6, then y to the 2 minus 1, we have 6. So how about the second order derivative for this time? You will have fxx. So fxx, you have second order, higher order na fxx. So kung sa with respect to x and with respect to x. So whatever is the result here, so kung masayop mo din sa first, sayop ng fxx. So what's now again the derivative of the function with respect to x? Bali, ang result ani, kuhaan na po siya with respect to x, partial derivative. So again, naman siya, function of x man siya. Ang sa derivative sa sine. Ayan, mas nilimot mo ha. Nilimot mo. Derivative, recall. Let's see. Recall. Derivative of cosine u is equal to DCNS, negative with cosine, negative sine u du. Derivative of sine u is equal to cosine u du. So pagkuha na po natong derivative sa sine, it will be positive cosine. So cosine of 2x, but this is your u. So u is 2. So may mo na siyang 4. Pero although positive siya, naman siya original na minus. So minus lagi hapon. Then you have 2x e to the 5y. With respect to x, kani siya will be constant, kaning 2x, ang derivative anak ay negative 2. So you have negative 2 e to the, you have your constant, kaning entire thing is constant ng e to the 5y. Okay? Then pagkuha na po ang derivative ani with respect to, ito na lang muna. If we are going to take the derivative of this with respect to y na po, what will happen? Muna siya, fx, then with respect to y. If we, with respect to y, kani siya kay ma-zero na ni. May constant na siya. Pero kani, what will happen? You have negative 2x, e to the u, kani na ay derivative with respect to y, constant ni. So e to the u du. So e to the 5y, what's the derivative of 5y with respect to y? 5. So negative 2 times 5, that's why you have there negative 10. X e to the 5y. Then what is fyx? That is the derivative this time. Okay? Fy. Kani derivative with respect to y, then kwaon na pod with respect to x. So with respect to x, kani siya na pod will have constant ang e to the 5y. So negative 5 times 2, that will give you 10. We have na may negative daan, so negative 10x. Constant man pag with respect to x ang kaninga value. So 0 na po. So here. Then fyy. So kaninga result, waon na po with respect to y. So with respect to y, kani siya, kay may mo siyang 6. Diba? Ang derivative ani. So you have this. How about kani? Kani constant siya. But e to the 5y. It's e to the 5y, but e to the u du. What's du? 5. So times this, we have negative 25. Okay? So, makalito pag hindi pa ninyo master yung inyong mga basic differentiation formulas, tsaka yung concept dapat ng partial derivative is very clear. What if his theorem. Clairaut's theorem. Clairaut. So, suppose that f is defined in a disk D that contains the point AB. If the function fxy and fyx are continuous on this disk, then equal sila. Ang partial derivative of fxy is equal to the partial derivative of the function at yx. So, pwede mauna partial derivative with respect to x and with respect to y, as long as continuous on this disk. Yan ang ibig sabihin. Verify this. Pag you're asked to verify this, then meaning to say, kuhaon sa inyong fxy, and if it is the same as your fyx, then we can say that it actually satisfies the theorem. So first, before makuha ang fxy, dapat kuhaon sa fx, or partial derivative with respect to x. So with respect to x, kani siya ay x here, so that's 1 ang derivative. So this one is e to negative x squared y squared. So that this is the result. Then kuhaon na pod ang x as a constant. Then kanina pod derivative ani with respect to x will give you negative 2x y squared. That's why negative 2x squared. Okay. Negative 2x squared. Kaya na may x nga daan. So negative 2x y squared. And e to the negative x squared y squared. Similarly, if you take with respect to y, you get. So, it's the result. So, in details, akong i-ano sa inyo ha, para makapractice mo. Kaning number 2. So, if you compute the 2 mixed second order partial derivative, ang fxy, kuhaon na po yung derivative ani with respect to y. And then, kuhaon na po ang derivative ani with respect to y. And if you take a look, negative 6x squared y e to the x squared y squared, tapos kani 4x to the 4th y. So, what conclusion can you have there? Pareho sila, no? Negative 6x squared y e to negative x squared y squared, and then plus 4 y cubed e to negative 6x squared. And satisfy. Sometimes, instead of just simply 2 order, kaning siyang tawag kay 3rd order higher partial derivative. Similar lang concept. Take the first derivative with respect to x. Ang result niya, kuhaon with respect to y. Whatever the result is, kuhaon na po ang derivative with respect to x. So, kung iunahan po, similarly, mauna, whatever is closer mo ni. Tapos pag diri, ang inner na diri. So, kani x respect to y, respect to x. X diha man. There is also an extension. The extension is fxxy is equal to fxyx equal to fyxx. Alright, you can have that as long as continuous. You can also extend up to that one. Find the indicated derivative for each of the following. Study the solution for this one. Kompleto man ang answer. Try to take a look. Baka may mga typo error. Verify lang, ha? There are some exercises you can actually. Tapos kompleto man ang solutions niya. You can take a look at this one.